So this is without showing the hydrogens. This is a saturated fatty acid. This is an unsaturated fatty acid. It's got the double bond there, so there'll be a hydrogen there, a hydrogen there. Whereas here, there'll be a hydrogen, two hydrogens, there and there, there and there. This is actually a trans fatty acid. This is a double bond that has not put the kink into the fatty acid. And these are an artificial construct. They're products of the food industry. The food industry was told saturated fatty acids are bad, but unsaturated fatty acids are good. But polyunsaturated fatty acids, such as corn oil, does not freeze at a high enough temperature, so you can't make margarine out of it. You would end up with oil instead of margarine. But they wanted margarine, but they knew that polyunsaturated was good, but saturated was bad. So if you start with polyunsaturated and you just add some hydrogens back, it's really just polyunsaturated still, right? Which of course isn't true. But at least they, in a sense, ended up with fatty acids that were still unsaturated. The trouble is that when they were putting the hydrogens back in, they took perfectly good fatty acids that had these kinks. And they ended up with these strange fatty acids called trans-unsaturated fatty acids that didn't have the kinks. And these turn out to be the absolute worst kind of thing in terms of fats that you can consume. So they discovered something wasn't good, and they knew something else was good, but that something else that was good wasn't exactly what they wanted to be working with when they're making their food. And so they took the good thing and they made it partially bad, but in the process made it really, 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 really bad. Fortunately, food manufacturers are now required to state how much trans fatty acid there is in their food, and that has made them afraid of using trans fatty acids. And so we've now seen much less trans fatty acids in food than we did when I first made this image some 17, 18 years ago. But at any rate, a saturated fatty acids, no double bonds, has as many hydrogens as it possibly can have. These unsaturated fatty acids have these double bonds, so they are lacking in the maximal number of hydrogens, so they're unsaturated with hydrogens. These kinks allow the fatty acids to be lowered in temperature, fats and also membranes to be lowered in temperature while remaining liquid, rather than freezing like you see in bacon fat, bacon grease.